Alright guys, welcome back. So let's have a look at this nuclear stock. Maybe in general, just take a look at the all nuclear stocks. But OKLO was the leader. It's just kept squeezing in the last, especially after breaking out of this $85 level. It's been pretty much melting up. So here's what I'm watching for this name and maybe other names that were going pretty crazy. So 135, that's the close. So the reason why this happened today is last day of option expiration. Lots of options on a daily, especially causing gamma squeeze, where you can see like people were super crazy volume coming in on a short, like 0 DT calls, and lots of pulse put selling as well. And I could see it early on, where couple days ago, actually yesterday, when it broke out. Well, before that we saw some calls were coming in, but the key was yesterday when it pretty much cleared the $100 mark, and it just after that it's very super fast, like 40% or 40+% move. And today alone this stock finished the day 28% up, market cap 19 billion. I thought it would even speed up even higher when I posted on X. What I was saying, I was very much waiting for some sort of a like squeeze even higher, maybe like 150, 170, 200, how far it's gonna go. But here's what I want to share. So up until this moment, I want to put GES, which is SEG, Constellation Energy, and then lay it over OKLO, because I mean essentially, yeah, I know this is a blank check company, everybody hates it, highly shorted. We'll take a look at the short data as well, but up until this moment I just want to go back 1 year, 2 years maybe even. So somewhere around here it started mirroring. So essentially in the beginning of the year, even if you take a look at this move right there, so the bottom, this purple line on my chart, this is your OKLO, and we have Constellation Energy right there. When it pops and moves sideways, stock moves sideways, bulls goes higher, Constellation Energy flushes with overall market coming down. Same does the pretty much OKLO, and then as it rebounds to near all-time highs, OKLO rebounds right there, breaks out, and then right here as well it's just breaking out, and it's pretty much correlation right here is just broken in my opinion, or Constellation is just pretty large market cap. But my point is, this will not keep running away. It might have at some point its exhaustion move, maybe next week, in the next couple days, but mainly it's highly shorted. If you go take a look at the daily short volume, it's pretty much over 50% of the, like, you just take a look at it over the past 30 days, average short volume has been 58% daily. Okay. Also, if we take a look at the today's action and yesterday as well, it was very hard to borrow. Okay, and I'm just looking at one day broker, but when I was checking throughout the day, you couldn't borrow, like borrowing, like available shares to short, it was super low earlier in the day when the stock started melting higher and higher. So what I did was, I mean, I was talking about this one for a while actually. Short report at $30. If you just go back to take a look at the channel, like, will it crack the $100 or it'll go back to 35? We talked about this many times, even right there on August 30th for members. I was talking about that the stock potentially exhausting itself and it might just roll over any point, but it just kept squeezing. Rate cut, especially after rate cut news right there, This was the pivotal area. So now, if we bring up the moving averages, all the moving averages, the 5-day moving average, it's just whenever you see any stock run away 20% or more from its 50-day SMA, in this stock's case, 50-day SMA somewhere right here, 80% above its 50-day average, moving average. I will give you guys this example. Probably go back a little bit more. It might look something like that, but again, this is completely different stock. But if you're trying to short, I mean, you can just keep ripping the faces because it's energy, it's AI theme. I know zero revenue. I know it will exhaust itself at some point, but just go take a look at Sunrun when it had a explosive move, how it resolved to the downside. So I think it might look very, very similar. So we may be at the stage where it could go a lot higher actually. But again, you have to compare the market cap, 20 billion, how far it can go. 20 billion stock, can it become 25 billion? Can it go to even crazier, 30 billion? I think it is possible when there's a momentum like this. So I'm pretty much cautiously watching, especially considering after option expiration, stocks can pretty much decline, especially because of the flows, all the supporting option activity pretty much expiring because a lot of the options were dailies today. But here's what I was doing. I was essentially going after NNE, which is another nuclear name. Flipped it for pretty much 50-60% or something with 0 DTs, but it was pretty slow. But these names, OKLO, NNE, I mean, on the back of OKLO, if you guys go back, take a look at like meme names like GME and how it carried other highly shorted stocks. I mean, it can happen in the next week or so. It can heat up and everything highly shorted. It's already was going up. IWM as a index today, Russell was down, but only select names were up. So NNE still possible to squeeze. SMR, not sure if it's going to take out 53, but it was participating as well. LTBR, this is another small cap. I mean, I was watching these names, but I don't have any position, but I'm watching for some sort of an exhaustion move. So if it has a little bit more gas in the tank, yeah, I have no problem with this name like going like absolutely bananas, like 150, 170, maybe even 200. That's crazy, I know, but yeah, I know it's already overextended, but I would be, if it just keeps running away, I would be watching for some sort of a flush down at some point for this name. But another thing I want to share here, revenue, net income, negative, no revenue whatsoever. The orders, like largest orders, like cluster of orders. Today at the close, I'm seeing number one, which arrived almost $500 million was dumped. This is number one, 4 million shares at 135, $587 million order. Before that, I was sharing with you guys all these sells and thinking, okay, so anytime I see like cluster like this, usually stocks pretty much, if price remains below it, it's a topping sign. But this is, I mean, these orders are crazy. Like people are taking crazy profits along the way, considering 1 year ago the stock was a $5 stock. Yesterday, 95 million, almost 900,000 shares dumped at 104. And I think, yeah, a couple more trading sessions, you will definitely see, I think, the stock find local. Again, I don't know how far it's going to go in the next like 3-4 months, but locally it's getting extended, and I think it will at some point resolve lower. But yeah, so far as a theme, I'm watching all the other smaller names such as NNE, SMR to see if they have more gas in the tank, because they are highly shorted as well. So my take is I'm pretty much neutral. I don't have a position, but if pretty much price goes pretty crazy, I'll pretty much take the other side of the trade, pretty much go with some puts. But if it just keeps melting higher, I'll just go long, maybe trade in and out, just like I did NNE today, just for a day trade. But so far, yeah, these themes, quantum and pretty much nuclear, going pretty crazy. But you gotta be controlling the risk and be careful, especially after option expiration. So after OPEX, usually stocks can pick other direction. But again, I'm just watching this name to the pretty much exhaustion move higher and then flush down lower. But again, not a buy or sell recommendation. I don't have a position. I'm not trading it. But if I decided to trade, I'll be pretty much watching for exhaustion or watching smaller names for a higher move. So that's my game plan for nuclear as a whole. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update. Take care. Peace.